Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Aunt Becky.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Matt.
I'm Megan.
I'm Lauren. I'm Tracy.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. As you can see, we got a new addition here on the farm. As you can see, our cow that we had penned up finally had her calf. She had a healthy bull calf. Fortunately for her, the calf was not very large. Everything went smoothly. We were down here one night while it was storming, and we were like, okay, tonight has to be the night. And there was no calf. And then when we came back in the morning, there was a calf. So we were half right. However, I just wanted to show you the new calf to start off the video. Dad is calling the calf Carl. Don't know if that's like the best name for a new calf, but Carl is what he's going with. For the past week, all of us have been working pretty hard to try and get the hay crop in. We weren't sure how everything was gonna go with drying down the hay, but fortunately, it was able to dry down enough. We got it all baled last night. Since everyone's been working this morning on getting the hay crop in, we haven't had an opportunity to feed cattle yet today. We got the farm market all set up. We got the calves fed, but that's all we've accomplished when it comes to getting the animals fed this morning. There's potatoes in there, you know that, right? The hay that the boys were working on bringing back this morning was a mixture of clover and grass hay. All the clover hay is going to be used for the cattle, but the grass hay is going to be used for the horses. And because we got all that stuff baled last night, the boys were working pretty hard to get it brought back this morning. So between the new calf arriving and getting the hay crop in, it's been pretty busy here, but we don't mind. We like that it's busy. We just got finished taking care of the animals. We had the calves taken care of earlier, but then we got the cattle fed and we just got the chickens fed and the eggs collected. Now, one of the biggest reasons why we got all this hay brought back really early on is because the boys are gonna be working on planting wheat today. Joel is gonna be working on prepping ground and Daniel is gonna be working on planting. So people are gonna be interested. Why did you name the calf Carl?
Callie and Carl.
That's not that creative.
I'm not a creative guy.
Next on our list of things to do today, we have to get a few orders together. We have an order for 4 boxes of cabbage. Matthew is working on grabbing the boxes right now. We also need 5 baskets of green bell peppers. Now, we don't have to run out into the field today. The last time we were out in the field, we did a lot of picking. We've got plenty of cabbage in the cooler that we're gonna pick from for the boxes. And we also have our bins of bell peppers that we harvested just the other day. Now, as you guys have seen in the past, when it comes to pepper orders and other orders, what we like to do is go out into the field and harvest everything. Now, the reason why we're not doing that with this order is because we had a couple frost warnings back-to-back days, and we were concerned that it was going to harm our peppers and pepper plants. So what we did was we went out and we picked 2 heaping full bins of bell peppers. Now, Gavin said this is the best way to harvest peppers. Why do you think that, Gavin?
You gotta pick them from an already picked bin.
So if you guys ever want to go harvesting peppers, Gavin thinks this is the best way to do it.
100%.
Matthew got back with the boxes, so now we are filling up the cabbage. We put 50 pounds of cabbage in each box, so altogether they're getting 200 pounds. And that should be everything that they needed. They just called and said that they needed peppers and they needed cabbage. Oh, and I forgot probably the biggest issue for us trying to get cabbage. They want smaller heads. And as you guys have seen, we don't have a lot of small cabbage. We have giant heads. While we were up in the farm market getting that cabbage and bell pepper order together, Petey, my dad, and Daniel have been working on the Viber shank.
Getting it ready to go, the wear parts. We were replacing all the parts that wear on it, the teeth, and putting new bolts in and getting it greased. Maintenance. Now we have a little bit of a change of plans. Now this is our seed drill that we use. It's a 5300 case. It's nothing special, but it works for us. We don't do a whole lot of acreage.
so we don't mind it. And it works well, so we're happy with it. We need tubes, seed tubes, the thing that brings the seed down into the disc units. So what we're gonna end up doing is going for a little drive and picking up some new ones. You can see this is what we need where the tube connects down into the unit. So I'm gonna go pick them up. I gotta go for a little drive. I just arrived and I picked up the tubes. Got 3 of them. That should be what we need. The only issue was they sent me during lunchtime. Like, who would do that? Unbelievable. I got home a little later than expected, so right away we put everything together with our machine. Unfortunately, there was an accident on my way home, and that took a lot of time. I hope everyone's okay. Didn't look good, but finally made it home. It's in there. There you go. I gotta get it pinched in there first.
You want tiny hands?
Took some time to drive out and see how the boys were doing. I was able to see Joel finish off a field over on the hill, and Daniel just finished off the field I'm standing in. We had a little bit of an issue where one of the clips broke, but fortunately I was here to help Daniel get a new one back in. Now here on the farm there are 3 big reasons why we really like planting wheat. The first reason is it acts as a cover crop, and in this area we live in, erosion is a big deal. We're really concerned with erosion. We have a lot of hills that we farm on, so wheat is very important. Cover crop is very important, and wheat makes up a lot of our cover crop. A second reason why we really like planting wheat is it acts as a good chunk of income for the farm and for the family. Now that chunk of money you bring in from harvesting wheat is never something that's huge for us. We don't plant too many acres. It was a little more this year because the prices were up, but it's still a nice bonus to the farm. A third reason why we like raising wheat, and one of the most important reasons to us, is the byproduct that comes from it. After we harvest the head, the grain of wheat, we get all the byproduct, which is the straw. Now we can use this straw for 2 things. One, we can sell it in the farm market, which adds a nice sizable chunk of income. Or if for some reason we can't get sawdust or another form of bedding, we can use the wheat straw as bedding for our animals. But those are 3 big reasons why we like raising wheat here on the farm. However, now that Daniel is back on his way out to the field to do some planting, we're on our way to do some picking. The old guy was driving too fast, almost knocked the bin off.
I'm not in a rush, it's just a bouncy road.
Dad and I just made it out to the field, and today we're gonna be picking some cauliflower. Normally we have quite a crew when we're out picking, but for now it's just Dad and I. Everyone else is working on something else. But that doesn't stop the fact that we still need to do some harvesting, and something we really, really need is cauliflower.
We cut it with all the leaves and take them in that way. That way when we put them in the bin, it protects the head and doesn't bruise the head up and mark it up. That's why we leave all the leaves on here, and then we'll take them off at home.
Now we weren't 100% sure if there was a lot of cauliflower here, but I'm gonna give you a reason why we wanted to come out and harvest. Cauliflower tends to grow very, very quickly. Last time we were out here, this cauliflower that we're in, there was no leaves wrapping towards the center. But if I can just move a few out of the way without breaking them, you can see we have a tight spiral at the bottom of the cauliflower. Because of the extra rain that we've been receiving, it's been really pushing along a lot of these cole crops. It's one of the reasons why the cabbage has such large size to it. Not only did we have the rain, but we also irrigated during the hottest parts of the year when this stuff was just starting to grow. We had all this wonderful time to work together. Now where are you going?
Daniel needs me.
Oh my goodness. Now it's just me and all of you picking cauliflower together. Now, not every cauliflower has a head of cauliflower already there, but at this point in the year, a lot of the cauliflower is starting to have some leaves tightening towards the center, and that is a telltale sign that cauliflower is on the way. Now this cauliflower I just picked is a little different than what we've been harvesting. This is a non-self-wrapping cauliflower. As you can see, the leaves are not tightly wound around it. Still produces beautiful heads, but you have to be very, very careful. What we'll do is as this starts maturing, we'll go through and wrap all the leaves up above it, and then take a rubber band and wrap up the leaves. We didn't do that this year because we planted more self-wrapping than non-self-wrapping, but we got a nice head there. Look at that. That's a nice little head of cauliflower. Did you get everything taken care of that you needed to take care of?
I got Daniel fixed and he's going.
So you're telling me you saved the day?
I saved the day.
We just got to the other end of the field. We just got finished harvesting cauliflower and we made it to the other end of the field. I don't think we got enough to fill a bin, but I think we got a lot of nice stuff harvested. We're just gonna have to keep doing this every couple days so that we make sure we get everything harvested before anything happens to it. Before we leave, I'm just walking through this cabbage. I can't get over how big it is. That makes me happy. Big cabbages. If I'm being 100% honest, it'd be nice to have an extra hand. It always makes loading up the wagon or a truck, whatever we're filling, a lot easier of a job. Also, when you have more people harvesting, it makes the job just fly by. Our family likes to talk. I don't know if you guys ever figured that out. So there's a lot of talking when we're out in the field together, and that helps jobs to go along pretty quickly. But I guess it's okay that there's only 2 of us picking today. I know there's a lot that needs to be done. As we were driving out through the field, I just hear Dad going, ooh, 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 we need Napa cabbage. Now we gotta get all this stuff back to the farm. After we got done putting all that cauliflower inside the farm market, we loaded some baskets onto the truck, and Dad and I came out here to grab some long hots. And then what's really neat, right next to where we're picking, Joel is still working up ground. So we're able to watch Joel work in the tractor as we're picking.
Something, as you can see here, when they talk about frost and stuff for the winter, there's a difference between a frost and a freeze. A freeze freezes everything and just destroys it. A frost just affects the plants. Now you can see what the frost did to the plants, but it did not hurt the peppers at all. But now the problem is these leaves no longer serve as cover for these peppers. So the next time it frosts, it'll start damaging the peppers that are on top. And then you'll slowly lose all the peppers. So a frost stops the plant from growing pretty much, but doesn't prevent us from harvesting. But if it continues to frost a number of days in a row, then it'll start hurting the fruit and it'll put an end to the harvest. Somebody must have picked 3 baskets and somebody must have picked 2. I wonder who did that.
Well, I could be like you and just spill baskets and pick another one.
No, that doesn't count.
We only needed a few baskets of long hots because we ran out. We got all that we needed, so we're on our way home. There was some intense French braid talking going on in here. Tracy, how do you feel about French braids?
They're pretty.
Now that we got that established, it's time to close up the farm market. We got everything already pulled off the shelves. Now we're putting stuff into the cooler. Well, that about wraps it up for work today. We are heading up into the house. See what we're having for dinner tonight.
Cheesy chicken bake.
Hey everyone, while we have you here, if you are new, please consider subscribing. We can do a lot of things on the farm, but one thing we can't do is grow this channel without your help. And if you're already subscribed, one of the biggest ways you can help us out is by liking the video. All right, everyone, as you can see, we are all sitting down at the table for dinner. So that means this is where we're gonna end the video. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.